Hi, everyone. Let's talk about feeling sensitive. We have, of course, been through a long time of not seeing each other in person, and business is waking up to a new level where we are meeting each other again. We are face to face with people. We are gathered in rooms that we haven't been in the last year and a half, almost 2 years at this point. And as much as we have missed people, it's also evident that there are certain aspects of being involved with people in the same room that we haven't been missing that much, right? And quite a few of us are feeling sensitive. We're feeling vulnerable. It's like we're coming out of our shell. And I wanted to talk to all of you who are indeed feeling a little sensitive today, because I want to share a few of the tools that we are talking about and learning in mindfulness intelligence that I hope is going to be helping. In the last couple of weeks with my corporate training, the topic of meeting in person has come up time and again. So I thought it would be a good topic to address. And what is very evident is that when we get back together and it's almost like we're overdoing it a little bit because it's been so long, and now we're going to go on these company outings and we have kickoffs and we're going to have these offsites and we're going to have so many social things on the schedule, and we're not really ready. We can't just jump into what we did before. Remember how we've been talking about the new normal? It means that let's not do the old normal. It's not normal for us to just be around 400 people and think that that's awesome all day long and do that for several days, or even 20 people. So if you are indeed feeling sensitive as you're emerging and coming back, let's talk about a few things that you can do. And one of the things that we talked about in a group actually today is to take the space that you need to be balanced. You need to take responsibility for the space that you need in order to get back to your center. So if you are at a big conference or all these different company formats that are out there when we're meeting in person again, and you're feeling sort of not in touch with yourself, you're feeling that you're off, other people are going to pick up on that. We are very sensitive to what's going on in the room with other people. And instead of you drawing the short stick here and being dismissed as being the weird one or the off one, or let's not include him or her next time, take responsibility for how you feel. And practice just having a couple of very normal excuses in your back pocket. It could be as easy as, I need to make a phone call. I'll be right back. Someone suggested that today. I thought that was so non-specific and awesome. I'll be right back. Totally normal. And then you go and you take responsibility for what you need to do in order to feel balanced again. And if you're anything like those who go through mindfulness intelligence, you would go to a meditative practice. You would go to a practice that collects you, that centers you, where you go back in that alignment with yourself, where you feel balanced. You feel that you have a space of peace on the inside. It is actually a safe space that the more you practice, the easier it's going to be for you to get in touch with that space quickly. And in that space is where you find your power. Peace is power. A calm mind is where you want to be as you are in these social settings, these business settings. And I want you to have a strategy for that. So pick a few lines that feel totally normal, and then you need to have a meditation practice. I'm sure there are other practices you can do as well, but there's nothing that I've seen that is as effective and that you can do in a confined space, such as the bathroom. If that's where you need to go to get some alone time from all these people Yeah. So this is the number one big thing. But let me share another thing also for you who are feeling sensitive and vulnerable as we are getting into the world again. This is a big step for a lot of us. Try to find the joy where you are. What I mean with that is that when we feel a sense of introversion coming on, our natural inclination is to say no, 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 no. And we start protecting ourselves. What happens then is that we stop seeing what's actually good, fun in the situation because our attitude is no and we're pushing away. We're being resistant to what's going on. You won't find any power there either. And so what I want you to do is to find a way to and this takes practice. I mean, this is nothing that we get to in week one in mindfulness intelligence, but I still want to challenge you to really see that you can actually find joy in most things. And when especially, and this is hard because when you have that inclination of feeling resistant, it's even harder to be open to something joyous because you're like, everybody sucks and that sucks too. That's where we go on the inside when we feel uncomfortable, depending on temperament, of course, but a variation thereof. Find the joy, especially if you do the number one thing, which is to get yourself centered. You're going to last much longer if you come back and find the joy, find the productive, find that which you find interesting, something that makes you anchored in being there, and that you find a reason, a benefit to actually being around people again. So I hope that's helpful. I want you to know there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. It would be really weird if these last 2 years had not impacted us in a way where we do emerge more sensitive and more vulnerable. And also, if you're a leader, keep in mind that this goes for a lot of other people. So if you can find a format that honors that we are more sensitive, if you can actually create a structure that honors that people are vulnerable and they don't want to be social 24/7 during a 3-day conference. We're not there yet. So ease up on that. And if you have that kind of pull with deciding on the schedule, I would encourage you to have reflective time, alone time, take someone in who can meditate with a crowd, do something that makes people land within themselves. So that's it for today. I wish you well as you are emerging into this beautiful world with beautiful people, and I'll see you around. Hope that's helpful.